Good morning. Welcome to MS4, and today we're talking about strange formulations. Now, Urban Decay has just launched a new Vice lip bond, and when I saw it, I immediately wanted it. The reason being is that Urban Decay has one of my favorite strange formulations, the Urban Decay Vice Chemistry. Now, I have 7 Vice chemistries in my collection. They are no longer available, but 7 was the number that survived from the great declutter of 2022, and so they are no longer available. But when the new Urban Decay Vice Bond came out, I thought, perhaps this is the formula that I've been waiting for, the new and improved. So I immediately got on the Sephora web app as soon as they launched and were available. I ordered them, I got them, I started playing with them, and then I got a summer cold. So this is the first time I've been able to crawl out of my sick bed and do a video, and here I am for you, because I know if you're anything like me and you were so excited for this formula, you're gonna wanna know all about it. So I'm gonna go back on the Wayback Machine and talk a little bit about the Vice chemistry and why I loved them. Now, this was a gloss and a stain, and the big claim to fame that I loved it about is that it would not transfer color, especially if you did as they suggested. You leave your lips bare, don't have anything on them, no lip liner, nothing. You put it on, you let the color kind of sink in, and then if you did a kiss test, there might be a little bit of the gloss left, but none of the deep color. So if you're like me and you like to drink tea out of white mugs, that whole notion of not leaving behind a huge trace of your lip color was really, really interesting. So the thing with this is the color needed to be able to lock down on your lips and stain in order for that to work where it wouldn't transfer, where you just had the glossy part of it. So I'm gonna show you this really quick. I'm gonna show you the next iteration out of Maybelline that appeared to be similar, and then we're gonna look at the Urban Decay Vice, the lip bond. And not to bury the lead, but you really should start thinking about the new Urban Decay, not as a liquid lip, not as a lip stain, not as the original Vice chemistry, but a different amalgam, and we'll get to all of that. What I have with me to help out, I brought some different sizes of the Vintage Cosmetics Company makeup removers. They have the rounds, smaller size, and larger size. And what I find is these are excellent as far as removing stains and hard to get off makeup. And we'll get a little bit of help from the IT Cosmetics, the Miracle Water, which unfortunately is being phased out. So that will probably no longer be available unless they reformulate. So let's start in with the Urban Decay Vice, and let me show you what this is. This is shade 21, and it is in the limited edition packaging. Again, these are no longer available, and that's why I was so excited for this new product. So let me give you a quick, okay, this is the applicator for that. Okay, and we're just gonna put some on. Okay, so again, I have nothing on my lips, no lip liner. You could put a liner on after the fact with this one, but it's really easy to deal with. You can see, hopefully there's shine there of the glossy. It feels like a gloss. And if you wait just a little bit, it doesn't take very long at all for this one. Then the color sets down, and the gloss part of it will be on the lips. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, So you can see we didn't wait terribly long. There's just a little bit of excess, and that's generally when I put a lot on. You know, there's a lot of product on the lips, but if we wait just a second, we may have to forward fast while we just wait. But in a minute, that's part's gonna be going away, where you're just leaving a little bit of a gloss behind. And the thinner the application you can get, the more that it's just giving you color and less of something that can transfer. Okay, I'm always impatient, but here we go. Okay, as you can see, there's the initial, there's this, but it's a bright red color that I've got, and you're just having this. And if you can just wait long enough, you'll have no color at all. So it's one of those things that the lighter the application, and if you can give it just like maybe 2 minutes, which we don't have here, we're filming, then you get relatively no color, just the glossy part of it. Okay, so I'm gonna just tap this off really quick, and you can see when the glossy part leaves. Okay, I've got lots of color, not really a lot of, and again, this is a bright red. I have other colors that are softer. You can't tell anything when they come, when you touch your lips to things. Okay, so that's the Vice Chemistry, and that's why I love this. Great color payoff, glossy finish, doesn't transfer and doesn't leave a bloodbath if I'm wearing a red on things, people, myself, etc. Okay, so then we're gonna take this off. So like I said, those were available on QVC, where they had doubles of them, where you get 2 at a time for super cheap. And then some of them went on sale. The colors that I ended up decluttering were ones that I had gotten that were wild and wacky, like a bright purple that I wouldn't wear on a regular basis, and a bright orange. So I ended up decluttering those, but all of the ones that are just regular colors that I would wear, I kept because I love this formulation. Okay, we're gonna take this off. A little bit of the micellar water. Okay, now see, they will leave a little bit of a stain because they're a lip stain. But you can see that a lot of that came off. And if we do another little tap of the micellar water on a clean one. All right, there we are. Okay, now, so about a year ago, Maybelline came out with a version of this. This is Superstay Vinyl ink. Now, I had been using the other Maybelline Superstay items in there. The pencils of the Superstay, long wearing, mostly food proof and waterproof. They don't come off very easily. They're long wearing. And then the Superstay, these ones function just like a liquid lips, but they're also long wearing. They don't really stain. They're just a long wearing, like a regular, like you would think of a liquid lip. But I found that they degraded over a day of food and use very, very nicely. They did try and add a shimmer finish to the pencils, and I found that the wear was incredibly lessened in that formulation. For some reason, that addition of the sheen or the shimmer really cut down on their Superstay. So then when the lip vinyls came out, now these are ones that you shake for 5 seconds, just like the Urban Decay we're gonna see in a minute. And then you apply and wait, and they're supposed to have a vinyl look to them. But what I found is that they wear down and they look just matte very, very quickly. When you first put them on, they're tacky. They dry, we're gonna call it dry, a little bit faster than the Urban Decay one, and then you're just kind of left with a mostly matte color. Now with these, the idea is that they're trying to give you that vinyl look, but they're doing it through color. It has kind of an opalescence, like an oil spill, if you really look and you can get into the light, but it doesn't really show up that way. You really have to look for that. It looks more like just a matte. So I'm going to show you this here in a second so you can see. The thing with this has the Maybelline scent. All of the Superstays have a very discernible Maybelline fragrance to it. It's not bad enough that it bothers me, but it is incredibly distinctive. If you were doing a blind taste test, scent test, you would know that this is a Maybelline product. So let me show you on this one. And this is a shade Koi. And so we're gonna shake for 5. Okay, and so this is doe foot again, and you can apply. Again, that kind of slightly sweet Maybelline fragrance. So when you first put this on, it feels like a gloss, and then it starts to shift and tack down. So here now I have a little bit of tack to it. But if you wait, now this one, about 2 minutes, you're completely safe for non-transfer. It's still gonna feel a little bit tacky until probably about 10 minutes, and then it's gonna be matte and it's gonna look like a regular liquid lipstick. So I'm wiping off my cup so I can do a little test here. And the claim to fame with the new Urban Decay is that it's waterproof, food proof, transfer proof, PDA proof. And the thing is, again, you have to apply it lightly, nothing underneath it, no lip liner, and because the lip liner will keep it from adhering. And then you can put your lip liner on after the fact, but you don't want to have that lip liner on at first, because those patches where you have the lip liner and then the product on top, those will transfer. So you'll have this line where you can see exactly where your lip liner was that the product was on top of. The product does need to bond. And same with this one, although they don't really advertise it that way. They just say start with a clean dry lip. Okay, so I'm losing a lot of my tack now. It feels a little more like a slight liquid lipstick and a slight like other cream product. It's not oppressive like some of that, and it's not drying, but I can still feel a little bit of that. There's product on my lips, okay? And anywhere where I might have had more product on top of product, you're gonna have more of a chance of it leaving its traces. Okay, so we got our mug is now clean, and here we go. Okay, and you'll see nothing came off. Now, right now, you can see a little bit of a sheen to it, but that little bit of sheen, like I said, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that sheen is gone. But this will last a 16-hour day, the color behind it. So there's product on there, and it is, you know, as far as like leaving behind a color trace, it does that too. So this will probably last until you want to take it off. And then again, you can just, but it doesn't degrade as quickly as like some of the liquid lipsticks where if you eat a very oily meal, it's gonna go away. But if you're just eating regular foods, drinking regular water, or regular drinks of whatever type you like to drink, it will stay on, and it will give you that 16-hour color pay, but it will not give you shine. It'll give you a little bit of an opalescence if you like move your head around, but other than that, it will pretty much read and feel like a liquid lipstick, some Maybelline. So we're gonna take this off, and again, so we're going to use the micellar water on the Vintage Cosmetics Company. These are great. You just throw them in the washer and see that it's coming off with that. Okay, so now we come to the Urban Decay. Now, again, you're shaking 5 seconds, allowing it to bond. And then, and I'll talk about my feelings about this as soon as we get it on, that way it can be bonding. Okay, here we go, ready? I'm gonna get points for my Apple Watch for exercise for that, so bonus. Okay, so, applicator. Okay, and again, clean dry lip at this time. Okay, again, it feels like a lip gloss at this point. Okay, so we're gonna start a timer. It doesn't feel tacky yet, but it's going to. So with the Urban Decay, there's 10 colors, 13 colors. The Maybelline has 10. The Urban Decay has more delving into the mauves and the plummy. The Maybelline 10 colors are just basically like the standard Maybelline colors, like you can find in the Super Stays. Usually they lean a little warm, but you do have 13 colors in this, from very pale, and then you have some shocking pink, you have a very purpley color, and then you have some deep browns. And so there's not a huge color range, there's 13, but it does give you a little bit more like excitement. And they have exciting names too, like Urban Decay, they're just trying to be edgy. So at this point in time, I'm getting a little tack. It's a little less tack than the Maybelline, but I can feel that. So right now it's bonding. You could, at this point in time, add your lip liner. It's most effective if you can wait like 5 minutes before doing that, because you're probably not going to be touching up this product during the day. You can just think about it, the fact that you're setting down your makeup in the morning and it's going to be lastingly. You could put something on top of it. Again, things that you don't want to put on it, you know, like lip oils, that sort of thing, just because all of these, if you're applying oil directly on, will start changing the formulation. But if you say have a very greasy hamburger, you should be fine. So still feeling a little bit of tack, but it's not bad. The thing I like about this is it feels a little bit more like a thick gloss than technically like a liquid lip at first. And so it tends to be more comfortable throughout the day. Now, one thing I did notice with this is it leaves, you know, like if you were to take it off now, it leaves like a coating feeling. And it's not an uncomfortable coating, but it's something that makes it where you can understand why it would be waterproof. So it feels like a nice waterproof lip balm when you have those on, and that will stay after you take it off. And so you can tell that's the barrier that is repelling water and things in it. So it does have that. Now the look of this, even though the Maybelline is called the vinyl ink, I don't feel like it really ends up looking like a vinyl. I feel like it looks matte with some opalescence to it to try and make it look like it's got a little bit of shine to it, but for the most part it just reads matte. Now this one, it's not going to be a high glossy shine as it wears. Even right now you can see this is looking less glossy. You can kind of see as it hits the light there is some luminescence to it. It is having some reflection to it, but it's not like a high gloss. The really high gloss, like the pictures that you can see of it, you can tell that they've applied multiple coats, that they're going for the high gloss and not for the other elements of this product, the PDA proof and the transfer proof. They are going for a high gloss shine. But even that does tend to dull down after you've been wearing it, you've touched things. And really the look that this one has is a vinyl, like a lip vinyl. So if you know like latex, how a latex look would be, this looks more like a latex lip is what it looks like. So the texture of your lips does show up, but the color of it can look very edgy, very nice, and wear very well, but it's not going to look like a high shine gloss. It's going to look like a vinyl, and then whatever color pigments that you're getting out of it, you'll see. Okay, so let's go for the now. If I didn't let that set, or if I put too thick of a cover on it, we would have some transfer, but look, there's no transfer to that. And you can see I have just a little bit of texture that's having a little bit of that where it's holding on, but it's not as tacky like as the Maybelline. There's not as much tack to it. So all in all, this formulation is interesting because it is doing the applying the color to the lips and then having it stay. And it is leaving you with some emollients, not a lot, a little. It's not a high shine, so it's not like a high shine gloss. So really, if what you want is a high shine, this is not the product for you. You would want this product for long wear and for that latex lip look. And nothing's really, can't really feel anything coming off of it on my hand, but I can still feel, like if I touch my lips, I can still feel that kind of slightly tacky, like I know I have something there. So it's fairly comfortable. It'll wear nicely. The colors stay there, but you're not gonna get high shine. You are gonna get PDA proof. You are not going to get a smooth lip. That will not be what you get. You get a textured look, but it's like the vinyl look. So if that's what you're okay with, that sort of a look, and you want that long wear that's super comfortable, but that's not the uncomfortable liquid lip, then you'll like this. It does not really have a fragrance. There's maybe a titch of a fragrance to it when you're first, like if you get right up to your nose and sniff it, this slight fragrance at first, but yeah, just a slight formula, like the, not odiously chemical, but you know, it's not like fragranced or flowers or anything extra. It's just the fragrance of the product, and that is minuscule and it goes away. Not like the Maybelline that has the Maybelline fragrance. So price-wise, this is almost half of this. So if you're really on a budget, you want something that will work and be long-lasting, you can pick up one of these. But it will feel closer to a liquid lipstick and be more of a matte finish. And this is going to be closer to a latex sort of a lip, a vinyl or a latex lip. It'll show a little more of the textures. You will get a little bit of the emollient looking shine, not a lot, not the glossy shine that some of the ad campaigns are running. You'd only get that if you apply multiple layers, and then you're not going to get the PDA proof. It's going to go places, it's going to stick on things because the color has not been able to bond to your lip. It's just hanging out there on top and is going to get on whatever it's going to get on. So you have to know how to apply these to get the promised effects out of it. And again, if you're wanting a shiny lip, this is not your animal. This is a vinyl latex look. Okay, so I'm still super excited about this product. I don't believe it's going to be as awe-inducing as my original favorite, the Lip Chemistry, because I love a gloss. I love the feel of a gloss, and I love that I can reapply it during the day if I want that high shine glossy look, and the glossy look lasts longer, and then it's left with a stain. and that just feels better for me for the most part. But I am willing to play with these longer and to possibly pick up another color. So for me at this point in time, you know, I'm bound by the bonds of the size of my collection, and that's good. That keeps me in check. So I don't need to buy all 13 of these. This is not Pokemon. We do not need to catch them all. But I might pick up another color just for those occasions when I do want a long-lasting color, something that doesn't show up on my white mug so you can't tell I've been there. But I'm not gonna go crazy about it, because at the end of the day it still has a little bit of the feel to it. I can feel it on my lips, so I don't feel completely unencumbered by, you know, the bonds, if you will, of the lip color, and make it feel like it's just effortless. This felt effortless. The bondage is real. No, but it does bond down to your lips. It does give you a lot of the promises that they had told you it would. But it's not so sexy, but the idea is sexy. So I'm interested to see the next installment from Urban Decay. I find like they are pushing formula in a good way that other brands are attempting to but haven't quite got right. Do they have it perfect? No, I think they did have it perfect, but they're working on more long lasting, and they're riding the wave of new and sexy. So if you like a lip vinyl look, if you don't mind a little bit of a feeling on your lip, if you need something that is long wearing, can give you that full day through food, through rain, through drinks, this will do that for you. But it's not going to give you a smooth lip. It's not going to give you a shiny lip. And it is going to give you that vinyl lip. So as long as you are okay with that, you're going to love it. All right. This is Monica signing off again from MS4, and hope you have a great day, and we'll see you for the next video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.